So good afternoon, Abi. Lovely to see you.
Great to see you, Louise. Hi.
So Abi Lawrence runs a business called Align Wellbeing. Abi has been in my Hitchin WIBN group since January, I think it was.
Visited January, joined February.
Yep. Joined straight away, which is brilliant. And Abi opened her business in December, and then of course, things changed and we went into lockdown. But Abi, what made you launch Align Wellbeing? How did you get into what you do now?
So for the longest time, I've wanted to get into the coaching, helping, support space. I always had a corporate career. I was in the retail sector, and that's quite a man's world, or it used to be. And along the way, I had various knocks and things that set me back or knocked my confidence. And various times when I had to pull myself back together and really refocus. I did that without the support of a coach, but every time I did that, my burning desire then was to help others who were going through that or in a similar position. So for the longest time, I'd wanted to do something like that. Never really liked the word coach, funnily enough. I think it just sounds so American to me, and there are so many coaches, so I always had this thing in my head about lifestyle consultant or lifestyle design or something.
I like that, lifestyle design.
Yeah, so sort of encompassing everything. But anyway, I carried along the corporate gravy train, and I did have a few nudges and knocks along the way, but just kept going, as you think you're following a path, don't you, through life. And it took one knock too many. Had a really nasty incident in 2018 that really said to me I was on the wrong path. I wasn't doing what I'm meant to be doing in life, not following my soul calling or my purpose. And it made me rethink everything. So I retrained as a coach, but at the same time got sort of guided towards a spiritual path and way of being as well. So I was introduced to the world of Reiki and crystals and angels and guides and all sorts of things. And really just the last 2 years, I've just been on a complete journey of self-discovery. But when I've learned more and more things, whatever I've been drawn to or guided towards, I've wanted to learn to practice. So the whole thing with Align, really, rather than it being Abi Lawrence coaching or something, was that I wanted to bring together all these things around well-being and helping people. That's really why I got started. As you say, I had the highest hopes in December, had no idea what was going to happen, although I did speak at my opening about what a transformative year 2020 was going to be energetically, but I had no idea what was coming.
No, from one extreme to the other. To be fair, many people have started their businesses or pivoted, as the word's being used around. So if you can launch a business in a pandemic, then you've got a good start, haven't you, really? So tell me a little bit more about the life design coaching element of your business, which is obviously your main part of what you do.
Sure. So sort of bringing together everything that I've learned and trained and studied in, including leaving aside things that I've learned and trained and studied in that didn't work for me, actually. I've sort of really refined what worked for me to get me clear on what I wanted and help me move forward, and brought all of those things together. And I've got a couple of different offerings. I do either a 3-month program where we review every area of your life, what's not working, what needs improvement, what needs changing. We create a really clear vision for where you want to be at the end of the 3 months and further along the line. And I blend traditional coaching and mindset techniques like goal setting and actions and holding you accountable and all of that kind of thing with some of the spiritual tools and techniques that I've learned to raise your vibration, get the law of attraction working for you, start bringing things in. So it's really my program is very much my own unique take on all of these things, but just blending together everything I've learned. And then for those who aren't quite ready to commit to a 3-month program, I've started offering power hours where we focus on one really specific area of your life that you want to change. And again, we create a vision, a goal, some actions, and very clear affirmations to start to get you moving towards what it is that you're wanting to create.
Yeah, I love the idea of power hours. One of the things you mentioned was Reiki and Crystal Healing. Now, look, I've got my crystal here. I don't know an awful lot about Reiki or crystal healing, but I know you do offer, or you're starting to offer some online courses around that as well, aren't you?
Yes, yeah. So the whole way throughout the pandemic, I've not been able to practice Reiki and Crystal Healing because it's not something I want to do remotely or over the Zoom function. So yeah, I was hoping to be able to reopen in a few weeks, but as of yesterday, the announcement says that's going to take a bit longer.
No.
But yeah, while we've been in lockdown, I created a free Facebook group where I've started to offer courses and workshops. So I'm planning on doing an introduction to crystals in a few weeks' time, actually, and speaking a bit about them. I've actually got a live tomorrow talking about what Reiki is, and I'm going to speak a bit about crystals in that as well.
So what day is that? I can't remember the dates now. That's Wednesday. No.
There's a live tomorrow in the group.
Thursday.
Yeah, that's it. I haven't put a date in for the course yet, and then it's the meditations that are on Wednesdays.
Yeah, so talking about meditation now, again, it's not something that I've really done before. Always thought it was a bit woo-woo, sorry. However, I've been along to a number of them now online via Zoom that you run. They are just amazing, so relaxing, and just take you to a different place. And I just thought, oh, doing them over Zoom is going to be a bit weird, but it's not weird at all. It's really nice, and the amount of people that are coming is growing each time you run them.
Yeah, it's been a real surprise for me, actually. So to pick up on two of your points there, I used to feel exactly the same. For years I couldn't meditate. I wasn't into the woo stuff, and I always thought that my head was too noisy to meditate. You know, I've got too many thoughts going on. So when I got into that a couple of years ago, that was a real game changer for me, actually, just calming your head, calming your thoughts, and really just allowing your soul to have a bit of time rather than your mind all the while. And then in terms of doing them online, that has been a revelation. So I was just getting an in-person group going just before we hit lockdown, and from the beginning of that I said I don't want to do them online, so I didn't for a few months at all, but then realized I wasn't offering very much online other than coaching, and so I thought we'd give it a go, and we had about 5 or 6 of you on the first session, and we've done 3 now. And yeah, last week there were 12 people, and obviously you can hold up to 100 people on a Zoom room. So I'm just hoping to grow and grow and grow that, and I'll keep sharing it in the Women in Business groups, because like you say, I'm having really lovely feedback. I love leading them. It's an absolute pleasure. Another thing I trained in, which I'm not advertising or practicing, is hypnotherapy, and I just love leading people with my voice and sort of taking them to that deeper level of relaxation.
Yeah, very much so. And you can find those courses both on Facebook, but also Eventbrite. I think you post them up on as well, don't you?
Yes, the meditations will go on Eventbrite, and the courses will go on there as well. Yeah.
Yeah. So how has COVID, I mean, we've kind of touched on it, but how has COVID affected your business in terms of, you know, where you were back in January and where you are now in June?
I guess, obviously it's hindered me getting clients as a new business, so that's been tricky. And obviously I sort of fall through the cracks of any government help being a brand new business. So, you know, in terms of managing my own mindset, that's been a challenge at times, but just persevering because it's my passion and I absolutely want to be doing this and helping others. It's made me rethink everything, to be honest. I very much did want it to be an in-person business. I've got my space all set up here, is all lovely and calming for people to come and visit, and that's very much how I saw it being. I'd used Zoom a few times last year, so I wasn't one of these who was worried about video conferencing or anything, but never expected to be practicing on it. And now I'm coaching on Zoom, I'm running these meditations on Zoom, I'm going to be doing workshops and courses on Zoom, and it just, I don't know, like a lot of people, it feels like Zoom is the center of my universe now.
I know, we're all very much like that. It's funny how quickly, put my teeth in, how quickly we adapt to different ways of working though. And I know you've put together some resources and tools for people that can, you know, can they go on your website to find those? How would they look at those?
So I've put together a number of things during the crisis. The first being that I mentioned my group, so that's on Facebook. It's called the Life Design Lounge. It's a community, it's a women only, so it's a nice, safe, supportive space. It's completely free to join, and I'm just in there every week with lifestyle motivation and inspiration, and building a real community there. So that's, if you search the Life Design Lounge on Facebook. Otherwise, I've put together a free guide that you can download, which is called 5 Steps to Create Your Ideal Life. So if you were thinking about making changes, then you can it's just some simple steps you can take to get yourself refocused and thinking about where you want to go and how you're going to get there. That you can find that on the website, alignwellbeing.co.uk, and also it's on my Facebook page, which is Align Wellbeing Hitchin. It's pinned to the top, so you can download that from there.
Oh, that's brilliant. I mean, there's so many things that we could talk about, and I know this is just a snippet, but you know, certainly I would wholeheartedly support Abi, having been along to say some of the meditations, and Abi and I have been having some coaching sessions as well, which is helping me focus, which, you know, it's never too late to focus anyone. So, you know, definitely worth talking to Abi. Highly recommend, and you know, pop along to her website and take a look. So thanks very much, Abi, for coming on today and just telling us a very small part of what you do.
Thanks, Louise. It was lovely to speak to you.